Gentlemen, welcome back to another video. My name is Stryker.
My name is Luba.
Now, we're going to talk about your trust issues in this video today. And you know, it's an interesting word, trust issues. I don't actually like that word because it implies that there is
Issues.
that there's something mentally wrong with the person that can't trust certain types of people, or maybe in certain types of situations. Whereas I believe that having a lack of trust is actually a good thing. So we've got some points here that we want to go through. There are three of them, 3 points we're going to talk about with your trust issues, and hopefully by the end of this video you will not have trust issues, or you will know how to deal with them. So what sparked this video was several comments that I've seen in the comment section of people saying that they don't trust women because women are inherently bad creatures on this earth, and even they go even further to say on many occasions, I'll say that they don't trust Ukrainian women. So they're done with Ukrainian women. They're never going to go and try and date them again because they got screwed over, they got scammed, the woman was doing whatever it is anyway. But it created these trust issues in certain people. So no matter what it is that gave you the reason to not trust a particular person or woman, whatever it is. So I'll give you the takeaway here, but go ahead, I'll put chapters down below so you can skip through this video to whatever you think is interesting. It's not that you don't trust, say, Ukrainian women, right? Or women in general. It's the fact that you don't trust yourself to make the right decisions. The lack of trust is only with you.
So the first part that we want to cover is that understanding why having a mistrust is a good thing. How can it be a good thing? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's good. I think that people are too trusting, and I think not trusting every situation is a good thing. You should be skeptical about everyone and everything. And most likely, if you did get screwed over, like these guys that write in the comments, you know, I don't trust Ukrainian women. Well, that's because you were too trusting. You know, maybe there was something that sold you on Ukrainian women are like the most trustworthy creatures on the planet Earth, you know, and you let your guard down, you went into it, and you got screwed over, and then you think, wow, okay, there's no hope to it. Having, I don't know if we call it mistrust, but just having a guard up against everyone and everything until you fully can trust them, until they've proven themselves, you know, not just once, but maybe time and time again, then you can start to trust them. Having a lack of trust in a situation is definitely a good thing, and I think that usually comes the second time after you've tried it and you've been screwed over. So being in a situation where you don't trust it is actually a good thing. It's a good and healthy thing to have.
I believe that this mistrust came from lack of experience, I guess. Mm-hmm. Because when we getting through experience in our life, sometimes it's very painful. Like sometimes it's so painful that it took like several years, months, like to cover up. But actually we understand that, you know, like next time we're not gonna do that. And here I have one example that happened to me maybe a couple of months ago. So sometimes we have guys that want to do like consulting calls, like when they're in a relationship, they want like have a man point of view, they want to have a female point of view. Sometimes, like we mostly do with stryker calls together, but sometimes they specifically ask for one of us to be like for some time just with them. And so this guy, we're hesitating in a choice between two ladies, and for me, to be honest, the choice was obvious, but he couldn't do that. Like he couldn't make a decision, and it was probably the first time like that, because and I kind of understand that there was some problem with trusting. Like he didn't trust not these ladies, but I couldn't, like now when strykers say that he didn't trust himself, now it make all sense. And maybe in your situation you would also believe in that and understand that yes, you didn't have trust in yourself, so in your choices. So I talked to him and I said, what does it remind you of? Did you already been in such situation in your life? What happened to you that make you be so uncertain? Because he is an engineer, so he's very, you know, everything is like lined up and he knows everything. He's very like with a math mind. And he said that when he was younger, there was a situation where he chose the wrong girl, as he think, and that he understand that if he would choose a different one, his life would be different. And when he said that, and maybe it's applicable to you now who are watching, and when he said that, I understood that now it's not about these ladies that he trusts one more than another. He just doesn't trust himself. that make his decision is more difficult to make. My advice to this guy was mostly that explaining to him that what happened to him, it was his experience. And now he's a different person. This won't happen with him again. Like, he won't be in the same situation, and every choice that he is making is right at this point. And so this is like what is important to understand, that having a trust in yourself is the main thing that you should have. And of course, it's very easy to say, right? Like, it's easy to say, like, oh, just trust yourself, just trust.
Yeah,
and especially if you've been hurt, especially if you know
it's actually, yeah, like to just say that, oh, just trust yourself. That's like, if someone was to say that, the thing that we have to think about here, which brings me to my second point, which is self-awareness. You need to be able to look at a situation that went completely wrong for you. You know, you got your heart broken, you know, you're in sorrow, you're in pain. You need to be able to step back from and go, okay, what actually happened there? And take ownership of it, right? And go, okay, yeah, I made wrong decisions there. And so now I have two options. One is to never trust this person or this type of person or this category of situation ever again and be safe, or to learn about what happened and then, you know, and understand what you did wrong going into it. So that may be something along the lines of maybe you want to read some books. And if it comes to relationships, there's plenty of books out there. There's plenty of YouTubers. There's plenty of information online. Why this situation happened, right? And understand it. You know, I can relate quite well to this, because this is what actually led me down the path of the red pill, was like trying to understand what the hell was going on. And now, you know, I'm in a position now that I 100% confident that no matter what decision that I make going into relationships, I make the right decision. So I completely trust myself. And I would never go into a relationship relying on pure trust with somebody that I do not know, right? Or their intentions into this relationship. And that could be said for any situation in life. So it's about having the skills and the knowledge to be able to go into a situation and go, okay, I'm going to make the right decisions based on the knowledge that I have. I know I have this knowledge because I have done the work for it.
So it's much safer to do, of course, the research and to learn about that. But again, like, sometimes in life, it's not everything like perfect, like in a book, and you need to learn it the hard way. Mm-hmm. But you need to be like, what Stryker is saying is very right and good advice, that when the situation already happened, you don't need to jump into that, you know, you don't need to just be full on in that. Like, you need to step away, try to step away and be like in a theater, you try to be like this visitor who is just trying to understand what actually happened and believe enough that this would not happen to you again. This is like the main, like, little like semantic that will build your trust in yourself, in your decisions.
When like, I'll say this, and maybe people will get offended by it or whatever, but like, if I ever see comments where it's like, I don't trust women, like, I see it as a real sign of weakness from a man, that you can't take responsibility for your own decisions. You know, if you say, I don't trust women, okay, this is why, like, I always thought that, like, the whole black pill thing was like absolutely ridiculous.
How many pills are there?
I don't know, who knows. But it was like, I don't trust women, you know, and it's like, okay, like, you don't trust, you can't make the decisions for yourself that are best for you. And maybe some people think, well, not having any contact with women is best for me, you know, and that's fine if that is your decision, you've made that decision. But to say, I don't trust a particular person, or I don't trust a particular situation, environment, woman, race of people, culture, whatever, like, it's a real weakness. That means that you're totally out of touch with your own decisions. You're out of control with your own decision. You can't decide what is good and what is bad for you. So that's basically it. It was just a quick video that, you know, I want the guys that say those things, that they don't trust A, B, C, or D. I want them to really take a step back and look at themselves, you know, because you're in control of all of your decisions that you make.
What's happening to you in
every single decision, you know. And I think that that's half the problem with men today. And I say men today, men in the West, is that we're not taking responsibility for our decisions. It's almost like the decisions are made for us and we have to deal with it. I like fully agree that the situation in the West is absolutely terrible for dating. It's why we advocate for going to other countries. But it is what it is. And if you choose to date in that country, you know, at least do a little bit of work, you know, and don't complain. Stop complaining about, you know, Western women are this or whatever. Make a decision, go to another country, or don't date Western women, or just date on your terms. It's really that simple, you know, but stop complaining. We as men, we need to get shit done. That's what I think.
That's right. And also, if you want to talk to us and you want us to help you to understand with the situation, because I think that with experience, with the baggage of experience that we're getting over the years, like we really see like what kind exactly mistakes people are doing, what can be done to avoid that, and how to make you feel a little bit more confident in yourself, in situation, in life. So we are there for you. Welcome on board of Heart Rocket.
Yeah, links in the description below. We have a matchmaking company as well, in case you didn't know who we are. And so, yeah, if you want to get out of the Western dating scene, which I highly recommend, give us a call.
See
Catch you
ya.
later.